The landscapes of our lives are for learning, where experience is our teacher. When we gather together to share our resources, we are destined to love and thrive. Hi, Pierre. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's nice to be with you this morning.
Samezies. Right back at you.
Samesies. Okay, that's cool too. Another new word. I like it. Samesies. People make fun of me because I'm the king of all those sort of like preppy words like prezzies, and I didn't know samesies though, Anyway,
We're showing our age.
yeah, true. We were talking about
our kids would be cringing right now. That's cringy for our kids.
I learned a new word. It's called adorkable.
What? I never heard that.
Oh, this is a good one. You're going to love it because it has to do with kids. So advertising styles for us baby boomers, it's about, I don't know, it has to look pretty cool and stuff like this. And then in the millennials, it has to, I don't know, there's something. But for the Gen Z and the XYZ, whatever, the latest thing, they now the marketing program is it's adorkable. So if you have a financial app, it's got these little critters and creatures, and oh, aren't they cute? And so to get people to do things. Anyway.
I'm Gen X, by the way.
I digress.
Don't be throwing me in the baby boomer generation. But
really?
I'm not ready. I'm Gen X, and I'm very happy I'm I love my generation, my Gen X groups. I really do.
Gen X. So I got this messed up. It's baby boomers, Gen X, and then millennials. Yeah. The millennials are in the adorkable group. Yeah.
Important distinctions. Yeah.
Good. Well, it's all samesies to me. Anyway.
Just another categorization and grouping.
Yeah, we were talking about flexibility, and I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Manish. We went on a beautiful meditation walk in a Chinese cup garden. It's distinguished from a Japanese garden, which has sort of a laid out path and interest points and meditation points, to a bigger landscape with a central feature and a less programmatic kind of stroll through it. Anyway, he gave me a gift at the end, which is a yoga practice that he suggested before meditation. And it's just a simple on your knees, stretch up your hands over your head, and then come down, prostrate, bend your spine up in cobra, come back to child's pose, and kind of like rabbit, and you're flexing your spine and loosening the energy flows up through your chakras, and then you begin meditating. And it might take only 3 to 5 minutes to do all of this and then do meditation. It's been really cool. So I've been doing that in the morning and in the evening, and the reason I wanted to bring it up, we were talking about flexibility, both body and mind, but I love when I get a gift from a friend like that who thinks enough about me to offer up something unusual like that. And I particularly like practical entrees into very deep areas. Like, here's a little something. It takes 5 minutes, and so I just wanted to share that with people, because we all think of yoga and meditation, or let's stick with yoga. Oh, it's an hour. Oh, maybe it's 20 minutes. But I mean, this yoga is about 3 minutes. And some meditations, I was talking before about the School of Practical Philosophy. They started meditation 30 seconds. Just connect to one of your senses. And it's so nice to have a simple entree, because when you do something for 30 seconds, when I did something for 30 seconds, I still remember us sitting in chairs, and I didn't really have to worry about that or think about it. It just was so easy. And then that's the start of something. And like when you're doing a snowball, like it doesn't seem like anything when you start making that snowball, but it builds and builds and becomes something very, very deep.
Yeah. Well, Andrew Huberman said you don't have to. Did studies show that even meditation, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, it's like fine. You don't have to sit and do 20 minutes. And yeah, and I think it's really, isn't it? It's intentional living. It's intention, and it's controlling your attention and where you're choosing to put it. You're having the intention to do something. So you're moving with more awareness and conscious, deliberate living. And I mean, I think that's obviously therapeutic. Like we're not always going to be, so think about the opposite extreme of that. If you were like intentional and deliberate every second of your life, like that would be weird. It's the coming in and out of that, and being, when you come into conscious awareness, like you're intentional and you're focused, and so you can build that. It literally takes a second to do that, and then if you intend to do it for 10 seconds longer, okay, fine, and doesn't matter. It's not, you know what I mean? The intention isn't to do it for 20 minutes, and that's the prescription. It's
No, that's right.
right.
Because there's so many things that I intended to do, and I set it up for a half an hour, and you end up failing. So it's nice if you let it grow organically. I want to return to something that I actually remember from the Huberman meditation podcast, which we had a previous discussion about, was the fact that it operates where you don't have to do it more. It's like you don't have to meditate longer and longer to be better at it. No, you just can drop into it. And I tell people, that when they find out that I do yoga and they say, "Oh, you yogi," or something like that, I don't know. I go, no. I'm a sometimes yogi. You just drop in and drop out, and it grows organically over time. But
it's funny, exposure therapy works the same way. It's not, I mean, there's a thing called flooding, that you throw somebody into something, and sometimes that's appropriate and might work to help people overcome a fear, but usually not. It's gradual exposure therapy, and it's like you said, little bits of exposure. It's not like, okay, well, I have to do this for 10 minutes and that will cure me. It's like, no, it's just second by second, even imaginal exposure first, and then actual moving towards something. It's not about, Huberman talked about time, time as part of this whole neuropsychological way we function, and meditation, and time is an interesting thing, and how our bodies are temporal, and our perceptions of time. And he's referenced time in previous things and different topics in his podcast, but then I always can't really. It's about grief, actually, in the grief podcast, about time and how our nervous systems and time work. But anyways, I can never wrap my head around it completely, but part of the equation. So the context of saying how long to do something, like.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time for me to say
goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. And goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Who did that?
Saturday Night Live. David Spade.
No, the McLaughlin group. Like, I love that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye. So, I don't know if he was Bostonian, but he certainly seemed like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Pierre from Yoga Heals, and who are you?
Maureen from Landscapes for Learning. Learning is everything.
We have fun. That's good. Well, it's live to learn and
Learn to live and live to learn. I live to learn. I hope everybody else lives to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when you're learning, you're curious and you're open, and
You're alive.
Yeah, you're alive. And yoga class, I call curiosity the fountain of youth. So there it is. Peace through grace, my friends. Peace through grace.